Okay, first of all, I'm not from any embassy. My name is Jérôme. I've been living in this country for 25 years. And actually, I came to Kathmandu in '75 at a time where there was no waste in Kathmandu. All the wastes were already recycled by the cows, burning papers. There was no waste. So I'm come from this generation. So our Indian friends were saying, okay, we are young and we can do. The good thing about old people like me, we have the memory of how it was before. And it's still possible to eventually go back to this time. Okay. Okay, I'm coming from the trekking agency. I have a trekking agency in Kathmandu, and my connection with the embassy is actually that we did this green action and cleaning action with the American embassy. When was that?
June 5th.
Huh?
June 5th.
June 5th, okay, on June 5th. And with our friend Mercedes Friedman, she cannot be here today. She's from the American Embassy. She brought up the American ambassador and a lot of people, so that's the connection. Okay. Anyway, she will come on Sunday. She promised she will be here on Sunday. She's a very active woman. As you were saying, she's the kind of woman moving the man around. So, leave no trace. This is actually Titin in Tibet, which, as we all know, happened in Nepal. The story happened in Nepal. So I stole the logo, and because I think for the leave no trace is actually quite a good slogan. Coming from the trekking environment, my starting point was, okay, what can we do in the trekking areas? So I started this campaign, and it's going on. It's called Declare the Nepal Himalayas a Plastic Bag and Bottle Free Zone. So it's just a campaign, it's just an initiative that I took myself and starting to spread the word around. Of course, our friend Onseling Sherpa, who was here before, is very supportive. We have a lot of friends. We are just at the beginning, we are just starting. To answer many of the questions, it's not a new organization. We are very happy to work with whoever wants to work with us. It's not an organization, it's just an idea. An idea like this idea of let's do it, it starts by an idea and we share it. It's free. Everybody can take it. People can use it one way or the other. We have only a few things, since I am in the trekking industry, I have a few things that I wanted to implement with the trekking industry, which is actually to maintain Nepal as a sustainable tourism country and a green destination, which is, of course, as we know, tourism is very important in this country. A lot of income, a lot of employment. So therefore, keeping the Himalayas clean and pristine are, of course, utmost important. As we all know, we say that the face can move mountains. The problem in this country, we have the highest mountains in the world. So we have to push very hard. So we started this campaign, starting of course by understanding and assessing the situation. For all of you who've been trekking around, you see, for example, my first motivation came when I was in Lomangtong in Mustang, which is really the remotest area in Nepal. Okay, there was a very big sign, please tourists, preserve our beautiful country, our beautiful land of Lomangtong. Okay, all the tourists of course are very scared, they don't drop a piece of paper, and just behind the signboard, behind the house, okay, the huge dumping site, which is there. I said, okay, something is wrong there. Okay, so that was my starting point. Of course, that's a picture of Mustang, how it should be and how it is, and it should remain. So my idea is actually to start trying to ban all plastic bags and water bottles, mineral water bottles in the Himalayas. It's actually quite easy to do. As our friend from Bangladesh was just here, Bangladesh has managed to ban totally plastic bag from one day to the other because actually of clogging, how you call it? Clogging? I mean, all the plastic bags were hampering the water, and there was huge flood, so therefore from one day to the other they banned all the plastic bag in Bangladesh. Okay, this is an initiative that has been done in the Chomrung area. We are here, this is the sanctuary, the Annaponas, and from this area to this area, a group of 3 lodge owners decided one day that they cannot do with plastic bags and water bottle. They said, okay, let's prevent it. 12 years ago they did that. Those guys, I call them the three Bahadurs because that's their name. You know, they're just amazing. And they had such an awareness. They came to Kathmandu to talk to a conference that we had. And those guys just one day decided that they wanted to ban plastic bags and plastic bottles in their area. It's been 12 years. Nobody knows about it. I discovered that just by chance, by trekking there. I said, how come? I said, oh yeah, I mean, we didn't know what to do with a plastic bag. Actually, we make more money by selling filtered water. I said, okay, great, it's sustainable. So those people actually started that. The next step that we want to do with our campaign is actually to start with those three people. And they have every year, they have meeting of lodge associations. So we want to go there and spread the campaign from one village to the other and to go down. The reflection, I mean, the thing that the three people said, of course, we're talking about waste management in Kathmandu and everything and all the product. And they say, you know, it's always better, like the rivers, to start by the top of the mountains and to go down. So we start from the top of the mountains and we are going down. So the idea, the project is to try to make this government and to make the trekking associations and all this Nepal Tourist Board to ban all water bottle and plastic bags in the trekking areas. The thing in this country, all the trekking areas are actually now national parks. So when you have a national park, it means that you have a barrier, you have an entrance, you have a gate. So it's very easy at the gate to say, I'm sorry, from this point there is no plastic bottles. And there is water everywhere. The water is everywhere, the resource is there. The problem is people are just too lazy, they bring plastic bottles, they throw the plastic bottles and who cares? Okay? It's very easy to tell all the tourists, please bring your water bottle, bring your pills. Aung Tsering Sherpa was talking to us about this solar boiling water system, you know, that you've seen, which is kind of a big, like a parabol, you know. It works very well, and you can boil water for free, okay? There are filters. I think my project is actually to make sure that all lodges should be obliged to get a filter for the tourists. There's been some filters put up in different areas in the Himalayas. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. Okay. Idea is trying to raise awareness and having this campaign to make sure that we can ban all plastic bags in the Himalayas. Okay, I will not go into all the details, but I mean, it's kind of obvious. Why should we ban them? Okay, because it's an obvious pollution, very easy to avoid. It can be achieved quickly. It's because it's the easiest and the cheapest way to enhance Nepal image abroad as a green destination. And of course, sustainable tourism means that we can preserve the Himalayas. Okay, and of course, because the resource, the water is available everywhere. So it's very easy for people to bring their own pills, and I want to bring this campaign through all the trekking association, through Nepal Tourist Board, to make sure that, okay, so far the result is not really yet there, but we will get there. Okay, to encourage all tourist trekkers to bring their own water bottle, which is kind of nice, kind of easy. Request all tourist organizations to participate. Especially the parks. And our main concern is actually to put pressure on the parks, because the parks are making a lot of money from the tourism. The Trekking Association of Nepal is making a lot of money from the tourists. Every tourist, as you know, should get a permit, okay, to travel, and they pay $10 to enter the parks, they pay $10 to trekking permits. All this money is there, and this money is not being used. Okay. Another little two questions, two remarks. Clean Everest. Okay, our friend Aung Tsering Sherpa talked about cleaning Everest, which is great. Okay, the last campaign, it came down to $96 per kilo. $96 per kilo of recycled waste from the Everest. Can you imagine? So, of course, banning versus recycling, for us, much better to go to the source of the problem, which is actually banning plastic bottles and plastic bags in the Himalayas. It can be taken, I mean, it can we put up in a few months with a bit of political will, a bit of pressure. I've been trying to raise awareness with all the trekking agencies in this country. My problem is I'm a foreigner, and that's what they tell me. He said, you're a foreigner, who cares? You know, okay. Let's do it ourselves. And so far, it doesn't really work yet. But, okay, we are pushing. Okay, yeah. Another example of people trying to recycle in this Miyagdi area. They collect all the plastic bottles and plastic bags, okay, and they spend about 5,000 rupees, saying, okay, there is a recycling plant in Pokhara, let's bring all the things to the recycling plant. They were offered 300 rupees for all the waste that they go down. Okay, so recycling is not really an option yet in the Himalayas. In the village, it's impossible to have recycling plants, so the idea is actually to ban plastic bottles and plastic bags. Okay, try to be fast. Okay, just the last line. With political will, public awareness, business involvement, we could put Nepal Himalayas on the map as a plastic-free zone within a year. So we really think that we could achieve that. So we are going to try. Let's see that. I'm trying to be fast because I'm sure you guys are hungry. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's do it. We need the support, okay, to make sure that only the prayer flags are flying in the Himalayas and not plastic bags and water bottle. Thank you. Just one word. We have a website, Freemalaya, because it's plastic-free Malaya. Okay? So everybody is welcome to join. But I say again, I want to tell you, we are not an organization. It's just an idea. It's just a lobby that we put up in the Nepal society, and we are going to push to achieve that. Thank you.
Are there any questions now, or any comments, or any ideas, any suggestions?
I think everybody is too hungry.
Yes. I don't know if lunch is ready yet, so it's supposed to be at 1 o'clock, so we have 20 minutes. We have 20 more minutes, huh?
No, one thing I just would like to say.
10 minutes.
One thing I just would like to say, which is important, I mean, well, I think you, forget your name, sorry. Lisa mentioned it, I think it's important. The problem is the coordination of all this movement. I've met a lot of little organizations, a lot of little NGOs working, you know, like you, our friend, working in his way with the children, working here and there. What is very important is we need some people, some leaders, you know, to take over the coordination of all those programs. Because there is a lot of energy, there is a lot of people trying to move the mountains in this country, and in other countries too, and we need some people to take over. And I think Green Action is really a really good organization for that. Just to also coordinate with all the little projects, because everybody is trying to do his little things in his way. It's important that we create a place or a way, an organization, to make sure that we can coordinate, to know who is doing what, and how we can all work together. So I think it's very important in this country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was, to me, it was really inspiring. I hope it was inspiring to you too, also to hear the story about 25 years ago without waste, and now where we came, and we're hoping to maybe not go back, maybe go forward, to make the world as clean as it used to be. And yeah, I think it's a dream of all of us. One thing that was mentioned by a few of you actually makes me really think about something that everybody needs to do in order to connect. Somebody said it in a nice way, that small organizations that you are trying to connect with quite often have difficulties with leaving their agendas behind. You know, they have their agenda, they're saying, oh, we're busy, we can't join you because we have this and that and the other. So sometimes there are certain ways how to create the bridges despite this fact, and it's possible to do it. I think it's possible to do it, and we can learn from each other. So if we connect first, then it will be easier to connect with the rest of the world later on. I'm really happy to see all these countries here and the desire to connect, and we'll try to build it in the future.